Now let me offer this as a rebuttal.
Leviticus 18 and 20 aren't about homosexuality, they're about a qualified prohibition on a particular kind of sex between men, and biblical scholars best guess about what this particular kind of sex is on the basis of the Hebrew term used, or on the basis of the socio-cultural circumstances of the time, is that this has to do with either incest or rape. Either way, women are never mentioned, and so this can't be a blanket prohibition against homosexuality. Romans 1 isn't about homosexuality because, again, it doesn't say anything about sex between women. The passage does say that women were engaging in unnatural sex, just not with each other, and in both the Greco-Roman world and the Jewish world during this time, many people thought that it was unnatural for a woman to be on top or to adopt a dominant role during heterosexual intercourse. Regardless, this passage isn't about homosexuality in general, but rather a hypothetical group of envious, murderous idol worshippers that Paul is invoking for rhetorical purposes. 1 Corinthians 6 and 1 Timothy 1 aren't about homosexuality. Again, women aren't mentioned, and the Greek term here, arsenokoites, is specific to men. If we understood this term in the same way that ancient Christian communities understood this term, then it would either be a reference to male prostitution or to rape. Genesis 19 is not about homosexuality. No character in the text expresses a desire for a homosexual relationship. Instead, you have a mob expressing a desire for rape. And unfortunately, as we see in a similar passage in Judges 19, the gender of the victim is irrelevant to the mob. Jude is not about homosexuality, but rather about sex between human beings and angels, as the immediately preceding verse indicates with its reference to the Book of Enoch. Mark 10 isn't about homosexuality, but rather the conditions under which it's morally permissible for a man to divorce his wife. It is Jesus' teaching about heterosexual divorce in response to a question about heterosexual divorce, and has absolutely nothing to do with homosexuality at all. 1 Corinthians 7 isn't about homosexuality, but rather Paul's advice to people he considers to be weak of will. I think that takes care of the list.